because it has the mic thing, and I just now turned the mics on. So we're fresh, but you guys get it, right? That's what the mics are for. I guess I could put one on like right here, and then if I really want to hear what you have to say and want that, I could like toss this. No, I won't toss it because they're fragile. No. What's that from? No, it's from Cars 2. Remember? Remember the guy is like, oh, you're fragile. He's like, fragile. No. He has the open fenders. The chick cars we liked. Remember the open fenders? Okay. Would you do me a favor and close that door? All right, bring it back. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it back. All right. So I want to hear, and everybody else is going to be quiet so that we can hear these stories, because a couple of them have been okay today. I'm not saying they've been like ground-shattering, amazing, or super hilarious, but a couple of them have been decent stories, okay? What experiences, connections, or stories do you have, or were you shared from your family maybe, related to stars? Go. Go.
The constellation, the constellation Gemini, which is like the two like twins or something.
Looking at constellations, specifically Gemini. Okay, cool. Anybody else that lines up? Several hands went up. Constellations. Looking at the Big Dipper, Little Dipper, medium-sized Dipper, all the dippers. Orion's Belt, the dude that's like the archer, right? Huh? There's an app for everything, right? Is that a free app?
Yes.
Yeah.
So apparently there's an app. You hold it up. It looks and it tells you what they are.
Yeah, there was like a bear and then there was like
US.
It's shoot me a link for it in an email, and I will post it to the Google, and I'll put it on the Google Classroom. You don't have the app? I thought you said you had the app. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, shoot it to me. I'll post it in Google Classroom. So if you're interested, you'll know where to get it. Okay. Other stories, connections. What? Oh, him? No, I saw you doing it. Are you like shooting each other like arrows? Oh, okay. Go. No, we're not doing what I asked. Because he just started talking. I called at him and he started talking. So here you go.
This isn't stars, but it's related to stars. One night we saw Starlink satellites flying by.
Oh. Yeah, the Starlinks, they like line up, don't they? One right after another. So you'll see a few of them fly by together in a line. Yeah, okay. What?
Oh, I was like 10. I had a telescope.
When he was younger, he used to. Now, you grew out of a good hobby into some bad hobbies, I suppose? Yeah? Okay. Revert back to the good hobbies. Dust the telescope off and go look at the stars. Okay, what do you got? Can't hear him because other people are talking.
Sometimes I put like a blanket down and I just sit in the grass and start. That's the form of the I like it.
Says he just lays down in the grass, picking up chiggers and ticks, looking at the stars. Let me put a blanket down first. Okay. All right, next question. Are you going to be a problem?
I said, well, I know that.
Okay, good. All right, and the other people are like, well, me, you too. I mean, are you going to be a problem? Try not to. Okay. Have you seen? You're a squad leader. You need to be setting a better example than that. Have you seen stars staying the same over the years, or have you seen stars change? Yes.
I said like the stars being kind of the same, but the position of them, they can like change.
So, wait, say again.
The stars themselves, they look the same. Like I don't really see them really going right or anything, but like the position of like change.
The position of them changes? You mean like during the night as they go across? So I tell you what, most stars, and you're going to read about this a little bit, most stars actually are very habitual. Like they do the same thing. They're in the same place at the same time every night. Now, if you look in the beginning of the evening when they first come out versus they're going to have changed position because they kind of do like the sun, right? They rise and they fall. They rise and they set, yes? They go across the sky. They're not actually moving. Our planet is rotating on its axis, yes? So from our perspective, they appear to be moving across the sky. And they do the same thing every night. Now, based on season, though, based on season and the fact that we have a tilt, you might be able to see slightly, might be further up or down in the sky, right? And you might be able to see on the periphery, you might be able to see different stars. Somebody in another class mentioned the North Star, and they said that they noticed, their dad or whoever it was, noticed that over the course of the year, the North Star would appear to kind of move a little bit. It's a wobble. It's not actually the North Star wobbling, it's the fact that we're tilted on our axis as we rotate. So it appears to us that it moves slowly, okay? Cool, all right, so there's a couple. Go ahead and leave that out on your desk. You guys like grading that's fast and easy? Okay, so I won't always do this, but some of the engagement stuff I don't like to spend a lot of time on. It's not worth much of your grade. If you did it, I'm going to get you the points, okay? So have that on your desk, the back of it facing up. So the stuff that you wrote on it would be facing up. Squad leaders, I need you to do me a favor to make this go super fast. I want you to check. If anyone did not do the assignment and or did not have their own or their parents, I'm still talking to you. Hello? You're like doing the assignment before I gave it to you. Or the parent signature, I need to know about it. It's not the end of the world because you have how many days to turn in late work?
3.
It's on the syllabus that you just signed to say you read it. What? 5. Where are you getting 1? Where are you getting 3? You're just pulling it out your butts? What? Good grief. I know. 5 is insane. It's too many. It's too many. Shh. So here's the thing, guys. When you turn in late work, this one doesn't matter so much. Okay, it's just the syllabus and a quick little questionnaire. But going forward, I need you to get in a habit of turning it in promptly, on time. The longer you delay, what do you think is going to happen to your opportunity to actually understand the content? It goes down because now you're cramming it in with other stuff. You're not learning it in the correct sequence or pace. Does that make sense? All right, kind of, sort of. Good. Now, squad leaders, go check. Let me know who doesn't have it. Guys, so you are aware. I don't like playing unnecessary games, do you? Okay, so when I do an initial grade on an assignment that was due, if you don't turn it in, I don't mark it late. I mark it missing because it's missing. It was due already, yes? I don't have it. I didn't see it, so it's missing. Is that fair? Here's the deal with that, though. A missing click in the Infinite Campus means it's counted as a what? 0. A 0. Is that because I'm mean or because I think that might motivate you more to get it done than if I just mark it as late?
Yeah.
I have a feeling it will motivate you. I might even get a concerned email or two from a parent like, wait, what? We just started school. Yep. And I explained it to your student that this is the way I roll. As soon as you get it turned in within those 5 days, I will put your score in. If you turn in your paper late, however, I wouldn't expect the teacher to get right on it for you because we got lives too, right? So if you are late getting it in, I will get it. Look, I'll promise I'll get it in as soon as I can. However, there's stuff and things. So extra motivation to get it turned in. All right, that said, let's move on from that because that's super fun. Squad leaders, today we're going to do a jigsaw activity. Raise your hand if you have no idea what I'm talking about, a jigsaw. Okay, put your hands down. That was a lot of hands. All right, so you've probably done this before, you just don't know it's called a jigsaw activity. The extra conversation between you two needs to stop. If I realize at some point that you guys are probably buds, are y'all buds? You shouldn't have told me that. If I realize, I'll ignore you said it. If I realize that you guys might be too good of friends, I'll probably separate you. Okay? Because Ooh, what are you, drama queen over here? Good grief. So it is what it is, right? I didn't know most of you, okay? And I put you as randomly as I could. Okay, so what? Your friends? Oh, or you're gonna. So is she smart? She's like, they're my friend and they're not their friends, so she can try to rate. I wasn't born yesterday. All right. Could I explain to you what a jigsaw is since you don't know? I need to educate you because you're not. So I'm going to give you 4 different articles to read about a guest star appearing in the night sky historically. 4 different articles. You all within your squads will have different articles to read. 4 different articles to read. Do you understand? You're only going to have to read how many articles? 1. 1. As a squad, you will have read all 4. Does that make sense? So each of you will only have to fully read 1 article. It's only one side of one piece of paper. Is that too much to ask? No. I don't care. You're going to do it anyway. I want you to actually read it. Don't pick at it. Don't look for keywords. Don't do nothing. Read it all the way through, please. Then you, on your own, if you're sharing one sheet of paper with a shoulder buddy, that's fine. You'll read it. You'll look for vocab that is like new to you, science terms. Even if it's not a science term and it's new to you and you have to look it up, put it on your glossary. You learned a new word. Congratulations. Clues. You are going to be looking for clues as you read. The clues are characteristics of the guest star that they're describing. How are they describing this thing? You are looking at that question over there, part of the I can statement. It says you can discover the phenomenon behind our jigsaw reading. The phenomenon is the guest star. What is it in our current language? Okay? Guys, they didn't know what it was back then. They're like this thing, and they're doing their best to describe it. And you're reading their descriptions. So once you've done that, then you're going to get together as a squad. As a squad, you would have read all 4. You will share what you read as far as how did they describe it? What were the characteristics? You might share the vocab you learned. You don't have to. You can compare, right? And you're looking, what ideas did they have about our universe, their philosophy about things? Okay? Why were they doing astronomy in the first place? You might run across that. You might summarize to each other what you read. If you know you have a squeaky chair, just like, yes, congratulations, you got the squeaky chair. And then finally, you'll come to a group consensus. Hopefully somebody will figure it out, or you'll deduce. You'll have an educated guess of what this thing is that you've been reading about. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. I will prompt you to move from individual or shoulder buddy work to working as a group to, okay, you better know what it is now. Hopefully. Questions? Squad leaders, you're going to have to grab at least 1 of each so that your squad as a group has read all of them. Nobody needs more than 1, though. What are you doing? You don't know. What do you think you're supposed to be doing? You don't know. Did you listen to anything I said? Then you should know what you should be doing. Who's your squad leader? Him right there. Is that showing up?
Yeah. Are you drinking an order? You want
Yep.
3?
You're reading it. Read it again. Vocab, clues.
I know what all of these words mean.
Ideas? Think about how you would summarize it to somebody else. Clues about what the guest star is. You think you already know what it is? Oh, good. You'll be the second person all day to get it without prompting.
I mean, maybe I make a guess, but that's the way to guess.
All right. Shh. I see lots of people that aren't reading. Maybe you're done, but if I hadn't seen you reading at all, then you probably never did any reading. So, is anybody like partnered up and they're just being lazy because they're partnered up and they're not actually reading along? Or they need one? Do you need one? I've got more copies. There's no reason why I would deprive you of the joy of reading. I know. So everybody's done? No. Shh. Guys, I've got a few honest people. They need more time. If you are done, you need to think about how you're going to summarize your article to other folks. You need to figure out what clues have you found? What characteristics have you found that might give you a clue what the heck this phenomenon is? Go. You're missing something. Huh? Hey guys, when you find a word that you are unfamiliar with, the first way you should try to figure out what it means is what? Context clues. That's the first way. The second way you should find out what it means if you're reading with someone is see if they know. If you don't know, if context clues didn't help, and if your partner didn't know, I am speaking. If you didn't know, if context clues didn't help you figure it out, and if your partner doesn't know, look it up. I have one request for you, and I do have Go Guardian up. Please do not look up what is a guest star. Everything else, please go ahead. Because a guest star is what we're trying to figure out what it is, right? So other than that, you are allowed. If you don't know, I don't have a bank of dictionaries over here for you. Google it. If you're not sure what a word means. Okay? What? Is there a pass over there? The whistling is unnecessary and unwelcome. Are you done? You know how you're going to describe it to other people? All right. If you're still working by yourself, that's okay. You should be wrapping up. Start sharing as a squad the different readings. Remember, you're sharing characteristics, you're sharing ideas to figure out what this thing is. Squad leaders, return back to your spot. That's good. You'd take credit because you're a great squad leader, right? All right, face forward, sit nicely. And I guess we could. Do we just want to pass this around?
Yeah.
Who wants? What we're gonna do is we're gonna give. I can just hold it out and you just talk, okay? Shh. If hopefully you will. All right. Since you don't think you learned anything, I'm gonna go after you first. Yes. So here we go. I want just one observation that they made. One characteristic of the guest star. Just anything that you read that was an observation that they made. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Don't know? Just one. Say it. Yeah, say it.
I don't know. I can't say it.
You can't say it or you won't say it.
No, I don't know.
You don't know how to say it.
Yeah,
Oh, well, sound it out. We'll help you. We're here to help, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what's that mean? What is it? It's a constellation? How many of you all, good, how many of you all read in your account of this guest star that these folks were already aware of constellations? They had grouped, like, do our eyes kind of, with our eyes plus our imagination, see things that aren't really there in the stars? Is that true? Okay. So we see a big dipper, a little dipper, a medium dipper, all the size dippers. We see the Archer, the Orion's belt. We see the Scorpion. We see all the things, right?
Yes.
Okay. They're tracking that. And those things were what? Were they constantly changing? Did they see the Archer chasing the bear in the sky? No. So in your readings, were the stars understood to be constantly changing or fixed? Entirely fixed?
No.
But pretty much fixed, right? I think one of the articles said something like largely stable and unchanging, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we agree on that, now even Tycho Brahe, if I'm pronouncing that name right, which I'm probably not, was it Netherlands, right? Was he from the Netherlands?
Danish.
He's a Dane. Okay, so even he was like, yeah, this whole Ptolemaic way of thinking is wrong. I can make my own observations. Thank you very much. I don't have to rely on some smart guy from the past. I'm a smart guy from the now, and I can tell that what's not true. What is the Ptolemaic view of the universe? I saw some of you looking it up. Tycho said, the Ptolemaic view is wrong. What's the Ptolemaic view of the universe? Geocentric model. Ptolemy said, hey, the Earth is the center of an unchanging universe. And Tycho said, no, the Earth's not even the center, and it's not complete. It's stable. Like, the orbits are pretty predictable. Like, we can predict things. However, it's not entirely unchanging. Does that make sense? Okay, so with that information in mind, let's move forward. What were some of the descriptions of the guest star? Go.
It was the size of half a bamboo mat, and it displayed various colors.
The size of, so they had this image drawn on a bamboo mat, and they made the guest star take up like half the mat. What does that tell you about the size? It was big in the night sky. Okay, so this thing is big in the night sky. Did anybody see anything about a shape? How is the shape described? Perfectly round, spherical. Okay. What else? What other characteristics were described? Go. Multicolored. Other descriptive words.
They said it was really bright.
Really bright. Yes. Ah, no tail. Why is that important? What does that rule out? If it doesn't have a tail, it's not a shooting star. It's also not a comet. Comets are the ones that have tails, right? Meteors, yeah, they got a tail. It's just short-lived, right? A comet could last quite a while. We're going to say, now, is it possible, sidebar, is it possible to see a comet and not see its tail? Sure, depending on where it is in its orbit. but eventually you'll probably get a glimpse of the tail, right? Okay. By the way, which way does the tail point? At all times, it points in a certain direction, away from the sun. So literally, I always get students with this one. I like blowing minds sometimes. So let's say I put here's the sun. Wait, I should use orange. Where's my orange? Here's the sun. Okay, S for the sun, not Superman. Although Superman gets his powers from the sun. Anyway, if there's a comet right here and its orbit is this way, so it's in orbit that way, where is its tail pointed? Away from the sun. That kind of makes sense because it's going that way, but notice if it was, like if parts of it were flying off as if it was flying through the atmosphere, wouldn't the stuff be in the opposite direction of its travel? What isn't there in space? The atmosphere. Of course there's gravity. Why do you think it orbits the sun? It doesn't have the atmosphere it's flying through to slough material off. What's moving the material off the comet? The sun, the solar wind. Okay, anyway, sidebar. So where were we? We're describing this guest star thing. What else? It's round, it's bright, it's large. What about the moon?
It's round and bright.
The moon is round and bright and large, yes, but we know the guest star is not the moon.
It disappears.
It disappears after a while. How long?
Like 16, like a year ago.
A year?
5 to 16 months.
16 months? That's a long time, by the way, for what this guest star thing is. What else do we know about it? Weeks to months? Can we say weeks to months they're visible? Okay. So they're not there, then they show up, they're bright, they're large, spectacular, and then they fade away. Was it magic? Did they magically show up and magically disappear? So it wasn't there and it's just spontaneously there. Is that what you're saying? Or was it there and we just couldn't see it before? And is it still there but we just can't see it anymore? So what would have been there but not visible from Earth all of a sudden become visible for a short time and then become invisible again? Guys, are you paying attention? Most of you are. There might be a couple that aren't. What celestial object, what astronomy term might describe what we're talking about?
I know this is off topic, but where would the star be right now?
I don't want to give it away. The mystery object in question is still going to be found in the same location relative to the constellations. So those guest stars that you read about, they're actually still there, but they faded away, right?
So they would still be next to Scorpio.
Yeah, so where the map that shows kind of where they are, that thing, the guest star, is still there. But why can't we see it anymore? And why couldn't we see it before it appeared? It was there before it appeared to us. Go. A planet? Nope. Good. You're the second person to say something was like blocking it and then unblocked it and blocked it again. Good thinking, but no. If a star is massive enough, all stars have what we call a life cycle. Notice I'm using air quotes. Stars aren't alive in a biological sense, yes? But when we, in astronomy, in physics, when we're talking about a star being alive, we're talking about it going through a process called nuclear fusion. So our star, how many of y'all, raise your hand, how many of you didn't know that our star releases energy through a process called nuclear fusion? You did not know. Okay. You might want to write that down as one of your terms. Nuclear fusion. Okay? Golly, I'm always out of time before I want to be. Nuclear fusion. Stars, while they're in their living years, air quotes again, right? They take smaller elements, smash them together into larger elements, and release energy in the process. You got time. You can put us stuff away once we're done. So you got that. A supernova, at the end of that period, they are no longer fusing heavier elements anymore. The energy released from the fusion isn't enough to hold up the mass of the star. Gravity at that point wins. It collapses in on itself and explodes in what we call a supernova. A supernova is a stellar explosion. Supernova, aka guest star, is a stellar explosion. So you didn't see it because it was too dim, too far away. But when it explodes, you're able to see the energy released as light from that explosion for days, weeks, or months. In that one case, you said it was over a year. That's must have been pretty close to us. Yes?
What was nuclear fusion again?
Nuclear fusion is when you take, or a star takes, we can do it in a lab. We haven't done it, or in bombs. We haven't done it sustainably for energy yet. But when a star takes light elements, fuses them together to make heavier elements. Think hydrogen fused to make helium.
So is dying star the right answer?
You what?
Is dying star the right answer?
Yes.
Okay, so I was right.
Supernova. Well, there's more than one way for a star to die, but yeah. Oh, no, I don't want these. I don't want these. Keep your syllabi. They're your syllabi. You keep them.
So I was right, and I can very proud of
If you said that,
I
yeah.
did. I saw it.
Oh, you can keep them if you want them.
Yeah, me too.
They're, so again, it depends on the size of the star. Most supernovas, there's exceptions, of course, like with white dwarfs and whatnot, gobbling up more. For the standard, you'd either have a resulting neutron star or a resulting black hole.
Can we leave this on the
You can, if you didn't write on it, if you wanted to write on it and keep it, keep it.
Put it in my backpack on the
For sure. You're allowed to keep it.
I also researched stuff about neutrinos. Those are really